What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Support Gaming Network. I am Zimmy, and today we're going to be doing something a little different, kind of off script, not a game review, not a gameplay, but if you guys like this type of thing, please let me know in the comments below, and we'll move on to maybe doing more of that. So today we're going to be talking about Twitch versus Mixer. And I know this has been played out a lot, and a lot of people are making videos on it and everything else, but the reason why I'm coming up with this is, if you didn't already know, I actually moved to Mixer recently, about a month ago, a little more than a month ago, and then I actually came back to Twitch officially yesterday, day before this recording. So I kind of want to share my experience of it and kind of, talk about why I came back to Twitch in the first place, and why I went to Mixer in the first place. So I guess let's first talk about Twitch. Twitch is, Twitch. It has a high community with lots of people. It has many streamers, many viewers. And we all know that it is the kind of go-to streaming platform for people to go watch, and of course for people to stream, whether that be for video games or IRL or just chatting. Those are the three big ones that everybody watches. I'm sure everybody has their favorite game streamer, they have their favorite IRL streamer, and they have their favorite just chatting streamer. And everybody knows it. It has a reputation. It's been out for years. I mean, I was on the platform in 2012, and it had been out before then as well, originally just in TV. And so it's kind of the go-to place that everybody knows, even people who don't actually watch streams or really know about streams. That is the first platform they hear about, is Twitch. So it is the go-to thing. So the question is why did I leave? Why did I leave for a month? As some of my longtime viewers know, some of you guys know, I've been streaming since like 2012. And for a few of the final years, I had been getting an average of 300-400 viewers a day. And, it was kind of everything. That was the big content that I had made. I mean, I made some YouTube videos here and there, but I didn't make as much. And it was always the stream. And back then, it had been pretty hard to get partner, and I got partner way back when, where you had to have 300 concurrent viewers every day. Whereas now it's much easier to get partnership or even affiliate now. Affiliate didn't even exist. Bits didn't even exist when I was streaming. So I quit about 4 years ago, and actually a little longer than that. And I started up about 8 months ago again. So there's a 4-year time period. And of course, obviously, as to be expected, I lost all of my viewership, everything else. People came from time to time saying, oh, hey, I had also changed my name because I was originally Digital Addiction. Now I'm Support Gaming. And they had, shown up for one stream just for a few minutes going, oh, I thought you were dead. Or why did I receive an email that you went live? I don't know you. What's your name? Did you change your name? And, but usually they just left. It was a struggle. It's been a struggle getting back into the streaming scene, and it's understandable. Even though I still maintain my partnership, I obviously don't drive the numbers that I used to. And of course, I have to work my way back up, to be expected. So I streamed for a few months, around 6 months or so, on Twitch, and I wasn't getting much traction. Part of me had that old feeling like, oh, I should be getting more, getting that typical streamer mentality of, oh, I need to get more, and I should have more. and even though I knew in the back of my head that my thought process was silly, that I should understand that I shouldn't be getting more viewers simply due to the fact that I haven't been around as much. Nobody knows me anymore. I still had that thing going, and it was a bit of a struggle. And so one day I was streaming Last Oasis, and streaming for 0 viewers, and just like maybe many of you have experienced when you started streaming. And I had been doing it for like a week straight, actually, for Last Oasis. And I just kind of was like, bleh, and of course, just like everybody else, I've been hearing about Mixer. So I decided, you know what? My partnership doesn't really mean much. I mean, yeah, it's a notice like, hey, I've gotten there before. Hey, I'm verified, blah, blah. But that didn't mean much for me, because part of the reason why I stream is to talk to people, to help people when playing video games, and giving them my opinion, and maybe providing insight for certain aspects of a game. And so I wasn't getting that. And of course I'd been hearing about Mixer, so I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to give Mixer a shot. So I decided to switch over to Mixer. And honestly, it was about the same. And it's, once again, to be expected. Starting on Mixer, brand new, everything else. So I gave it a month. And over that time, I did a lot of studying and a lot of looking into checking out streams and everything else. And I started realizing a few things. And this is where this video kind of comes all together, and why I went back to Twitch, and why I'm making this kind of Twitch versus Mixer thing. So for Twitch, the issues that I see, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of negative feedback from both Twitch streamers and viewers and Mixer streamers and viewers, so please don't downvote me too hard. So for Twitch, the whole platform and streaming community has changed a lot since I came back. There's a lot more, well, one, I think there is a higher bar, okay? When it comes to content creation, but my type of content creation and other people's content creation isn't the same. I've watched a lot of these high-end streamers or even mid-tier streamers, and I'm noticing that some of these, and it seems to be the norm, is that it can come out, and maybe it's just me, maybe I'm old, I don't know, but it can come out very gimmicky. Someone's got a gimmick, and that's what makes them special, or why people watch them. And I feel like some of those gimmicks have kind of watered down some streamers in a bit, doing very stupid things to get views. Whether it be shave your head, or, I don't know, go prank somebody or something like that. People just kind of doing it for their 15 seconds of fame. And that's fine and dandy for some people, but it's not me. That is not the type of streamer I am. It's not the type of content creator I am. And yeah, I do my trolling and I do things like that, but that's just, I don't know. Maybe it's not something that really... That's not my focus. That's not like, oh, when you watch my content or you watch my stream, that's gonna be the thing. So if anything, it would be maybe education or things like that. So I like that type of stuff, and that's the type of streamer I am. And it felt like the more and more I were seeing these other streams, this was kind of the community. Now, I want to be very clear here. 1, these are my opinions. 2, I'm not saying every streamer is like that. And 3, I'm not saying every viewer wants to see that. Okay? I want to be very clear. But a good majority seems to be in that category of gimmicks. And I don't know, it kind of put me off a bit. Now, my month over of Mixer has kind of, I wouldn't say changed my ideals, but realized that that shouldn't affect me. That if I continue providing good content and quality content, and I continue to push myself to make better content, then it won't matter. I won't have to do a gimmick. And that is kind of my, new stance on it. And it shouldn't be a new stance. I should have known this from the get-go, but hey, everybody has their moments. So, that seemed to be the big negative towards Twitch for me. Other than that, the other negative would be, oversaturation. Saturation is huge. Let's say I'm playing Final Fantasy now. That is now my stream, my game that I'm streaming. And I look at the viewer base, and there's a lot. There's about 4,000 average, I think, viewers, which is awesome. It's great. But you look at the streamers, and there's 100, 200 streamers. Even on my time where I stream at very weird hours, and there's still 100 streamers out there. And a lot of them have just one viewer. So I can't even imagine trying to play really popular games like Fortnite or whatever else is on there, because, it would be difficult to start as a streamer to climb up that. Because let's be real, Twitch doesn't have a way of really showing new content creation, and there's really no search engine factor or anything like that to really be able for a viewer to discover. There's no discoverability on Twitch. It's the worst thing about Twitch, is there's no discoverability. And when there's hundreds upon hundreds of streamers, it can be an issue for new streamers, even streamers returning like myself. So that, is a big negative as well for me. Now, other than that, Twitch has some really great positives, such as it's been around in the game for forever. Everybody knows it as the go-to streaming platform, whether they are a streamer or a viewer. And it has a lot of prestige to it. If you say, hey, I'm partnered on Mixer versus, hey, I'm partnered on Twitch, you're probably going to get more, hey, like awesome, congrats and stuff on, hey, I'm partnered with Twitch than, hey, I'm partnered with Mixer. No offense to Mixer streamers. And I know I've met a few Mixer streamers over the time that I was over there, and a lot of them are great people. So I want to be clear about that. And they put a lot of hard work into their thing. In fact, honestly, I think maybe some of them put more hard work into their content creation on Mixer than on Twitch. So let's move over to the comparison. Let's move over to Mixer. And there's some glaring issues about Mixer, and then there's some really awesome things about Mixer that I'm actually kind of upset about that more streamers and more content creators don't talk about. So let's do the positives first. The first one being the technology on Mixer absolutely destroys Twitch. 100%. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. And that is because of what they have is called FTL servers. Now, if you know anything about streaming, you have normally what's called RMTP, which is how streamers connect through Twitch, is through an RMTP server. And this usually, when you're streaming, it will normally there'll be some second delay, probably like 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds depending on your connection, and usually there is kind of a limit of how much bitrate you can do and things like that. If you know, Twitch has a 6,000 bitrate limit. On Mixer, they have two types of servers. They actually have RMTP, which is the usual, and then they have faster than light. There's an airplane going over my apartment. So let's talk about the FTL, because honestly, the Mixer RMTP servers are not that great. They're average at best. The faster than light servers are insane. they really live up to their name. There is probably a 0.2 second delay, maybe slightly more. Kids. There's a 0.2 second delay in the time that you are streaming to your viewers and they see it. It is so fast that I was talking to friends on Discord, and as I was talking in Discord, they could see my mouth movements on the stream for the words that I was saying. That technology is amazing. It is great for engagement, it is great for interaction, and it's a shame that Mixer doesn't... That kid is very loud. It is a shame that Mixer does not advertise that more. It is a shame that people who talk about Mixer don't talk about it. The other good thing about Mixer compared to Twitch is it is a smaller community. This is actually a positive and a negative, and I'll go into the negative here in a second. The positive is because it is a smaller platform, it is easier for you to be discovered. If you are playing first-person shooters, it's much easier to be discovered because they have the hype zone. I didn't have much experience with it, but let's just... Yeah, it's there to like kind of watch streams, and it'll flip to streams that are about to win games and stuff like that for first-person shooters like Fortnite and Counter-Strike, I think. But realistically, it doesn't really do much for growth unless someone was actually to go click on your stream because they saw it on the hype zone, which I don't think is often. But it does have a small community. So the good news is everybody kind of knows everybody, and it's easier for you to kind of be discovered just by knowing somebody. The streamers on Mixer, most of them are honestly a lot more friendly, because they are also viewers themselves, and that's a great thing. However, now we're going into the negative. The problem with such a small community on Mixer is it's too small. I'll give you an example. With Twitch, because there are so many viewers and there's so many streamers, normally you need to kind of jimmy rig the numbers a bit to kind of get yourself easier discovered by people to, not have to scroll down so much in the streamer list. Normally this is done by having friends watch your stream and things like that, which is great, and I recommend everybody to do. However, take for example Final Fantasy again. During at least my times of streaming, I cannot speak for the times that I'm not streaming, but during the times that I am streaming, even if I had let's say I had 8 friends in my stream, it wouldn't matter, because out of those 8 people, there's probably only 10 viewers on Final Fantasy 14, and 2 of them are other streamers. The other issue with this, and this is the big one, and this is kind of just like after seeing that and realizing like, okay, I'm the #1 streamer on the Final Fantasy platform and Mixer, but I'm never going to get more than my 5 viewers because, well, basically, at least from the platform itself, maybe on YouTube it'll be different, but from the platform itself, for people searching through it, because there's nobody watching it, it doesn't matter. I could have 8 friends in there, and I would be the #1 streamer on Mixer at that time, but the other 2 aren't going to come over because they're also streamers. There would be like 3 streamers in the Final Fantasy platform. I think Mixer has a lot of development issues when it comes to this. Like, they need to kind of flush out their system more to have a broader range of viewers. Because right now, because they've only put money into certain streamers, Ninja and Shroud, it's a lot of first-person shooter viewers. There's no MMORPG community. There's not a big one. The one guy I knew, I'm not going to name him in this video, he was a great guy. He was super nice to me and everything, gave me some shout-outs and stuff, which was super cool of him. And I wish him nothing but the best. If you end up watching this, you know who you are. Even then, he was only getting about 50 to 60 viewers. So that can be its own issue. There's just not enough viewer base. So there needs to be more viewer base before certain streamers can move over to the platform. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of my analysis between Twitch and Mixer. I think at the moment, if you want to stream to Mixer, you should be starting off new or have a loyal enough fan base to kind of bring over. Shroud and Ninja had that ability, but even then, they weren't getting their full numbers. Another example is, looking at the recent statistics from third-party sources, comparing the growth of Twitch and the growth of Mixer. Mixer's growth during the pandemic has been 0.2%, whereas the statistics for Twitch was like a 60% growth rate. That's huge. The average viewers for a channel, for a Twitch stream, is 22 viewers per stream. That's how many viewers there are compared to streamers. So even though everyone's saying it's saturated, there's still room there. For Mixer, it's like 2 viewers per streamer. So there's not a whole lot of growth there. If you're starting off and you choose, I do think you can still potentially get discovered on Mixer easier. But I would say that there'll be a ceiling that you won't be able to break through with Mixer. And it's a shame. I like the Mixer platform. I think it's got a really cool UI, and I think it's got some things that are much better for community engagement than Twitch. Twitch, if you watch this, I'm sure you won't, but if you watch this, work on your viewer engagement abilities. Get things to make the viewers have more fun in streams. Because Mixer's got you beat there as well. They got you beat on the FTLs, and they got you beat on user engagement. You have the name right now. That's what you have, Twitch. This is my call out to Twitch. You have the name right now. But if Mixer gains traction, there's a high chance that they would take over. The problem is Mixer's not gaining any traction. And part of it, I think, is advertisement. And part of it is, I think they threw all of their money in just a few streamers, hoping that just flocks of people would come, and it didn't work. And instead of focusing on the super big name streamers, you need to start focusing on the mid-tier streamers in all categories. Not just in what's the hottest thing. Because while, yes, there are hundreds of thousands of people who watch first-person shooters, there's also hundreds of thousands of people spread out playing MMORPGs, playing MOBAs, and everything else. Mixer needs to get a better variety. Twitch has the variety. That's the big thing. So, yeah, after a month of streaming on Mixer, I didn't feel like I was going anywhere, so I came back to Twitch. I will be on Twitch for the future for now. I do stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the afternoons, early mornings for you US guys, and I'll put the stream times below in the description, and Saturday mornings or Saturday evenings. Once again, I'll put the stream times below where you'll be able to check out the stream. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button. It really helps the algorithm kind of push this content out. I hope it was good for you. This is a very raw video, so I apologize for any uhs and stops and moments and, of course, background noise. I kind of wanted to make this video raw and less uncut and less scripty. So if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to let me know in the comments below, and I can maybe come out with more videos like this. Otherwise, I'll probably only do this one video and stick with what I know with game reviews and gameplay and things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, I love you much, and I will see you on the next video.